Okay, what I want you to do is to call out stop as I run my thumb down the deck. So, okay, here. So this will be your card. I want you to take a look at that card and show it to everyone here. And now, if you would place that card back right about here, great. Now, when I riffle up the side of the deck, one card in the middle of the deck changes color. I don't mean the face of the card, I mean the back. The back of one card has changed color. You can see one card and one card only is now blue. And for the first time, what was the name of the card you picked? The Four of Diamonds. And the one card that's blue is the Four of Diamonds. Here, would you hold your hand out like this for me? I'll put the Four of Diamonds down on the table. Put your hand down on top. Now let's try this again. Would you help me out this time? As I run my thumb down the deck, just call out stop. Here? Okay, this will be your card. Let's see which card you picked. You picked the Ace of Hearts. Now, watch closely. If I wanted to turn the Ace of Hearts blue, I could try to change the back to blue like I did with your card. Or I could try something more difficult. If I rub the Ace of Hearts in the back of your hand, it will transform into the Four of Diamonds, which means if I have the Four of Diamonds, would you turn that card over and show it to everyone here? It must be the Ace of Hearts. Okay, so let's talk about how this trick works. The first thing you're going to need is a complete red deck of cards and one blue card. This one just happens to be the Ace of Hearts. So I go through the red deck and I find the Ace of Hearts, and I'm going to take the red Ace of Hearts and put it on top. Then I'm going to take the blue Ace of Hearts and put it on the bottom. So the setup is red deck of cards, red Ace of Hearts on top, blue Ace of Hearts on the bottom. And you put the deck into the card case like this, and this is the setup to start the trick, right? We've set this up in advance without people knowing about it. So when you're ready to do the trick, you take out the card case. Little brief thing on how to take the cards out of the case. I'm basically holding the case in a sideways end grip. So right, this is normal end grip. This is kind of end grip from the side in my right hand. With my left thumb, I open the little tab, and I pull the tab back, and I just push it back so it stays out of the way. Now, between my index finger and thumb, I grip the deck. That's why there's this little half moon cutout to allow you to grip the deck. And I pull the deck out to here, and then I'm gonna pinch with my finger and thumb here so the cards don't go any farther when I let go. So I pull the deck out like this. Now I pinch with these two fingers, and now I'm gonna re-grip the deck. I wasn't pinching enough there. Between my left thumb and middle finger like this. So I re-grip the deck like this, and I pull the deck out, now letting go with a little bit with these two fingers. And now, put the box down, and I can either let the cards fall into dealing position, or if I want to be really careful, pick them up into end grip and square them up and then put them into dealing position. I only mention that because if you have a blue card on the bottom of the deck, you need to be able to take the deck out of the case without exposing that card or showing the bottom card of the deck. So now that you're in this position, you can spread the cards between your hands if you want to, as long as you don't spread all the way down to the bottom of the deck. And when you're ready to start the trick, you're going to hold the deck in dealing position and say, as I run my thumb down the deck, I want you to call out stop. And you do this. Now this is not a riffle force. They can really call you stop whenever they want. Only thing to keep in mind, you can't actually go all the way to the last card because they see it's blue. So if they start to get down to the bottom deck, just let go. You don't have to worry about them running through those cards because if you let go, the cards will just snap off like this. And then say, oh no, try to call stop somewhere in the deck. So they call out stop, and do try to not show the Ace of Hearts in the bottom while you do this. It's not the end of the world if that happens, but it's better to try not to. So they call out stop, and now you actually pick up where they stopped. You put your middle finger in here, your thumb goes at the back, and you pick the cards up. And you push over this card with the left thumb like this, and they take the card. And then you just put these back on top. So the blue Ace of Hearts is still on the bottom, and the red Ace of Hearts is still on the top. And you look away, and they show their card to you. So it happens to be the Four Hearts, I should say. Now you do what's called a swing cut, where your thumb's at the back, and you grip in a kind of an end grip, but it's way over here, where it's just between the middle finger and thumb. And then your index finger comes over and reaches up here, and you pull up on some cards, and then you push them over while getting the middle finger out of the way. It can be helpful to kind of bend the fingers like this to make the space to get that corner past the middle finger. And these cards, you don't take them like this. You take them like this into the crotch of the thumb, and then they come into dealing position, right? So you use a swing cut to swing cut over half the deck, which means the red ace of hearts is here, and the blue ace of hearts is here, but you don't show that, of course. And you have them replace their card here, so that when I drop these on top, I'm dropping the blue ace of hearts on top of their card. So now, let's just recap that. I'll go back to the very beginning. Red ace of hearts top, blue ace of hearts on the bottom. You have them call out stop. They call out stop here. You give them their card. You now do a swing cut, and they place their card back, and you drop these on top. Now, you say, when I give the cards a flick like this, one card in the deck changes color. One card will turn blue. And now you're going to spread the cards between the hands, as we've discussed before, spreading the cards into the crease of the fingers here until you get to the blue card. And then you can keep spreading through the rest of the cards to show them it's the only blue card. Now you're going to break the spread here so that the blue card is on the top of the left hand half. And you're going to take all the cards in the right hand and just put them back at the bottom. So in other words, you've pretty much just undone the cut you did before, but only now you're moving the blue card to the top. Now, the deck is pretty unsquared right now. So as I square it up, I'm going to drag these cards over and then drag them back and get a break like we talked about in the double lift, where I'm using my pinky to push up there. And of course, this time we had them pick a different card. In this case, the 3 of diamonds was the selected card. So you have a break under 2 and you ask them, what was the name of your card? And they'll say the 3 of diamonds. And then, as we discussed, you do a double lift, bringing the index finger in here. The second finger is a stop at the back. These fingers here, the thumb and the index finger clamp. And you drag the card over with the card bowed, let go, but you move the card forward a little bit so that when the card falls, it's out chucked. Now notice here, because I did this really slowly, the cards actually split a little bit. And with practice, this won't happen when you do it at full speed. But if it does, remember, clamp with the base of your thumb in these fingers, and then just push a little bit with the index finger to square those up. But again, you really want these cards out-jogged more like this. Now your index finger presses here down, and you let go with these fingers while clamping with the thumb to pop the corner up, and you catch your break again. Now turn the double card face down. But before you do, say, I want you to hold your hand out over the table like this. And now you do the double turnover again, you push the card over and you put it down, and you have them put their hand down on top. And you can even say, now put your other hand on top, so they're doing this. 2 reasons you do that. 1, it makes the trick more impressive. If they had covered up the card with your hand, you can't have manipulated it in any way. 2nd, it occupies both of their hands, so it prevents them from preemptively turning the card over before you do the rest of the trick. So you have them put both hands on top. So where are we now? Well, their actual selected card is the 3 of diamonds, and it's on top. The red ace of hearts, sorry, it's not on the bottom, I misspoke. The red ace of hearts is second from the top. So red ace of hearts second from the top, 3 of diamonds on top. And of course, this is the blue ace of hearts. I do another swing cut, and I put these on top and hold a break. So I have a break now above the 3 of diamonds and the ace of hearts. Now I do a riffle force, holding the break. As I run my thumb down the cards, call out stop, and they call out stop. Middle finger comes in, thumb goes to the back, my middle finger comes out, and under the cover of the middle finger, my thumb relaxes, and I now pick up at my break. And I say, okay, so this is your card. Now this time I don't give them their card. I just open and I say, so this is your card, and then I cut the deck again, putting it back on top. So I pretty much just undid the swing cut I did. As I square up the cards, I drag the 2 cards over, push up with the pinky. So now I have a break underneath these 2 cards, the ace of hearts and the 3 diamonds. And I do a double lift again. Again, out jogging the cards to show the ace of hearts. Okay, you pick the ace of hearts. This pushes down, pops up the corner, comes back to get a break. Now, I dig my thumb under again. I do another double turnover, and I take this card and I say, well, I could try to turn the back of your card blue, or I could rub it on your hand and change your card into the 3 of diamonds. So if the red card is now the 3 of diamonds, then this card must be the ace of hearts. So in effect, the cards changed places, but the colors stayed the same. So the ace of the three of diamonds that they thought was blue is now red, and the ace of hearts, which they thought was red, is now blue. So it's kind of a transposition and a color change at the same time. So anyway, that's the effect.